Kashawn, aka Cookie, and welcome back to my channel. Hey y'all, welcome back to Comment with Cookie podcast. It is your host Cookie. Oh my gosh, we haven't been doing this. Here we go. Welcome back to the Piggity podcast. It's your host Cookie. 25 ways you're giving, because I remember what I didn't do is give a preface, as to why I even wrote this. I remember when I had a day where someone was making me feel like that I wasn't really a good person, that I'm not compassionate, that I'm not really giving in a lot of different ways. So I wrote these affirmations to remind myself and to kind of point out to myself how I actually am, despite what I was being told. So we're going to go back, and now we're going to actually deep dive into these. Y'all, this book has so much in it. I have lyrics in here. It's just like, so now I'm trying to figure out where it is, because I'm like, because now I'm going, there's a lot that's happening here, and I'm like, where did this go? Because there's a lot. Okay, hold on one second, y'all. What does they call this? Like when you're on hold. This is the whole music. No, I really don't know where I put. Oh, you know what? I think it was actually before I even started. It's up here somewhere. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And then now we have noise in the background, so please forgive me if you can hear anything outside of this microphone. Okay. So the first one is sharing my positive energy. So one of my favorite ways to give is kind of just like give back to the world, is to share my positive energy. I do know that I'm a light, and the issue is I've allowed people in the past to take advantage of that because I wasn't fully aware of the fact that I'm a light. But I do know that sharing my positive energy with others truly is my light, and truly is part of my calling, because I enjoy helping uplift people and motivate people and kind of keep people like on the track, because I know what it feels like to be bullied. I know what it feels like to be put down. I know what it feels like to be low, not have the support of people that you really wanted support from. So kind of part of my calling is to, one, let you know that you're not alone. Two, let you know that it's possible to dig yourself out of that hole, to bring yourself back to where you were, and then from that point to elevate past that. Because I'm proof that that's possible. And I'm not saying it's easy, because I've definitely had some really hard days. That's why I want to do this, and why I want to share this information on this podcast, because everybody's worthy. Okay, you matter. And it's just really about taking the time to figure out what your calling is, so that way, as you're doing things that you love out into the world, you can share the light that is in you, regardless of what your craft is. Like, everybody's craft is not the same thing. So regardless of what it is that God put inside of you to be your reason for being here and your calling, then I want you to make sure that like you truly take the time to figure that out and find that out, and to really thrive in that, so that way you could be the best version of yourself, so that way you could really go out here and share your light and share your positive energy. Because one thing that is true is this world can be dark. And if you don't allow yourself to focus on the positive energy, and if you don't allow yourself to focus on the light inside of you, the darkness will overtake you. And I'm speaking from experience, where I've always been a light. I've always been a light. I've been told that I'm that annoyingly happy person. I have always been a light, but I've allowed dark energies to succumb me and allow me to have dark moments. And it's not until I sit back and realize, like, hey, you were being really cynical during that time. And though, granted, those feelings were very valid and you had every single right to feel that way, it's also not you. You're not that person. You're not the person that is pessimistic, that allows your circumstances to control you, that allows situations to define you, that listens to what people have to say about you. You're not that person. So like, what's happening here? And I really had to sit and like analyze, what's going on? What's happening? So I know everybody's different, but truly when it comes to listening to people's opinions of you, don't listen to people's opinions of you, because they 9 times 9.999 out of 10 times, it's usually coming from a place of projection, which we can get into the next episode. Projection. And honestly, it's usually coming from a narcissist. And narcissistic behavior is not light. And again, we'll get into that in another episode. So when someone says something about you that they don't like, let me clarify. It's not them breaking down and defining a situation that they did to you that hurt your feelings. Okay? It's literally them just, or something that you quote unquote may have done to them. It's literally them just saying, hey, I don't like your body. Hey, I don't like this about you. Hey, I don't like literally completely unwarranted. Okay, hey, I know you're trying to work. I'm going to intentionally do something to ruin your job. Stuff like that. It's not coming from a place of light. It's literally coming from a place of projection from different things that they have inside of them that are unhealed. And though sometimes it hurts, listen to this nursery rhyme. Sticks and stones might break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Truly, I've had to learn to thicken my skin with people, especially with people that like you wouldn't expect this from. Outside people, like, it's like, okay, you don't know me, your words mean nothing. But when it's people that know you and they say things that are hurtful and harmful, it's just like, wow, I expected better from you, honestly. So that's when you have to like thicken your skin, and you have to truly sit like, you know what, you're projecting. You're projecting. And if you ever noticed, watch how people treat you when you go from being down and sad to being happy. If there's a shift and there's a change once you start elevating, and there's a change and once you start becoming happy again, and there's a change when you go from that dark place to that light place, pay attention to that, because that will help you understand their projections. It'll help you understand in the sense of like, oh, okay, it was fine when I was down and low, but now that I'm figuring things out, I'm making a way for myself and getting my confidence again, now that's an issue. So now I'm realizing your projections come from the lack of confidence, the lack of you're not able to feel like, or you feel like you can't pull yourself up out of that hole. Things like that. If you really sit, we've talked about this before. I'm a very deep thinker, okay, and I'm finally letting y'all into that. I really do sit and analyze situations, analyze people. I am a part-time therapist, not like licensed, but like for real. And I'm a part-time psychologist, again, not licensed, but like for real, because I really do just sit and analyze things and try to figure out and literally try to make things make sense. Why does someone act that way? Why does, even to the point, then the reason this even started is because I would do it to myself. Like, why was your reaction like that to this? Why did it hurt your feelings? Why did you do that to that person? Then it's like, oh, okay, I see where this is stemming from, blah, 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 blah. I would check myself and work it out. And then boom, because my goal is always to be better today than I was yesterday. That literally is the goal. And I remember, that's a different topic. We're going to get into later. But I started applying that same method of analyzing myself and why did you react that way? What went wrong? Why did you, why did it hurt your feelings? And then I started applying that to people. When I would see something, even sometimes to the point where it's like, it had nothing to do with me, where it's just like, I can see two people that I know, and I can see that there is an issue there. And I'm like, ooh, you're doing this to this person because of this. And honestly, maybe like, you know what? Actually, because of that, though they didn't say anything to me, I low-key don't like you anymore. Because like, I understand why you do that to that person, and that's an ugly trait. So it's just like, I really do sit and analyze situations, like for real. And many don't know that because a lot of people out here can't have super in-depth conversations. And I really am a person that's like, let's get into it. Not debate, not argue, because I don't like to argue. And again, if you know me, you know that I don't like to argue. But I do like to sit and be like, okay, so what do you think about this? Why do you think that? And like truly just like to hear your thoughts, and like, and I really love the way the brain works. I think it's so cool. Like, I think the brain is awesome. God is real. You know what I mean? So I feel like that is why I really just sit and like analyze situations, and why honestly I enjoy my solitude to a certain extent, because it's like that allows me that chance and that opportunity to do that and to do so. But I do know, like, okay, I am stepping into a different part of my life, so I do know to a certain extent I can't keep myself secluded and isolated in the way that I did before. But I do know that like it's necessary. It is necessary to have some time to yourself so you can analyze things, because it'll allow you to be the best person, to be the best partner. So that way, getting back to the topic, you can be positive out in the world, and you can share your light out in the world and with your family. You know what I mean? So that is us deep diving. Okay, I think that this is really important and really awesome, and just allowing you guys to, what I really am getting from this, or hoping from this that you guys get, is that this allows you to sit in yourself and figure out different ways that you're giving, so that way you can really see the light that's inside of you, so that way you can have a more positive outlook in life, regardless of what it is you're going through, because life is not always perfect, okay? But if you allow yourself to see the great things that are happening in your life, then it can help your reality become more great. So I hope that this 25 days of giving, the 25 days that you're giving, is really helpful and beneficial to y'all. As always, I will see y'all in the next episode, and with love, Cookie.